I'ma talk shit in the world gone stupid. Now I'm back on my bullshit.
Check your phone, microphone.
Check a phone. Oh my God, you did it anyway.
Yeah.
Bo was doing that. We were mic checking, and he said that shit on accident. And I was like, "Damn it, I wasn't recording."
But we made it. We made it. It's been a hot second, but we made it.
We took a break. I needed a break.
I know all five of you don't know that we took a break.
Well, some of them were with me. Like 3 of them were with me the whole time. So, yeah, so they knew.
Oh,
They
shit.
knew that I was busy and couldn't do shit.
Did you guys talk about the podcast when you were out there?
Yeah. I tell people, all my friends that were out there, and
But I mean, did Gordon talk with you about it?
Did I bring it up to him, or did he bring it up to me? I can't remember, but we talked about it for a little bit, and then we talked about about how in fact, that reminds me, Richard Grelly was asking me how you and I knew each other. You know Richard Grelly?
Richard Raleigh.
Fucking big, tall, Tom Grelly's brother, Allie Grelly from Torrance High that went to school with our kids. Oh, I'm dropping names for the 5 people that listen, but yeah, he knows you, dude. Come on,
I'm sure I do know him. I'm just having a brain fart.
He used to go to truck parties, jump parties, bop party. What the hell were they called?
Okay, so it might have been.
And
was
Tiffany.
Okay, so maybe he was in the truck club.
Yes. I think he mentioned trucks. I think it was at truck parties. I think that's what he said. Yeah, no?
Well, a long time ago.
Yes, before you had your first child, he's even referenced.
He
said that long ago.
Yes, he's right.
That long ago.
He is right, bro.
So he knows you.
Yes.
When you see him, because you've spoken to him when you were when you were coaching. And he referenced like that was one of the last few times that he had talked to you was when you were coaching at school. So you know him.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the truck that he had back. I think he had an old school mini truck. I mean, they were all mini trucks back then.
Yeah, that was the 90s?
Yeah.
Early 90s, huh, for you?
No, this is the 80s. We're talking 87, 88.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you're right. It's your life. But
86, 87, 88.
Yeah. Anyway, he's still on to say, we were talking about you, and he asked me how I knew you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, me and Gordon talked about the podcast. It was cool.
Did he say he's seen it?
No, I don't think he had. I think I had to send it to him. I think I sent it to him. And then, speaking of Clutch and Coffee, his wonderful restaurant, a wonderful
good
restaurant
breakfast
downtown, him and Gina. I was at the World Series yesterday, and when I was in the bar, dude with Clutch and Coffee shirt walked in. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, dude, because I had the Dodger, Charlie Brown on the back. And he has a cup of coffee, and it's a Clutch and Coffee, but he's wearing Dodger gear, so he was wearing that to the game.
Oh, okay.
It was a Dodger shirt, and I was like, what am I looking at? He's like, oh, yeah, my wife got it for me the other day. So it was funny, a little full circle conversation there.
Straight up.
But, yeah, them Dodgers were down 3-2
Dude.
in the World Series. If that gives you a date on when we're recording this, we're in between games.
And not just that, but we're down 2 at home.
Mm-hmm. Got to win 2 away to win. Lose 1 more, it's over. Right?
I can't believe
Win or
this.
die.
We went from the top to the bottom like that.
Yeah. They're not hitting the ball like Toronto's hitting the ball.
They're not, bro. We're pitching pretty good still per se.
Game 1, game 2 we pitched excellent. With game 1 we did not. It was at 11 to fucking.
Yeah, it was too much to do.
Yeah, that was But when Snell pitched, right? God,
Snell pitched the first one.
So he gave up all those runs.
Yes.
Oh, God, why did my memory serve me incorrectly? You know, a lot going on in my life.
Yeah. And then we got into it. We got better. And now we're not so. The last 2 games have been mierda.
Yeah, it's been garbage. Lost 6-1. I was at both games at home.
It seems like if they just get up on us, we shit the bed.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was atrocious, giving up a home run on the first pitch and then a home run on the third pitch. You could see it. And I was just all their I'm watching because I'm sitting kind of close to that in yesterday's game, and I could read all their body languages really well. And I'm watching them after I'd look out, and it's like they're just god damn, let's get read it all over them. And we chase the rest of the time. They go up there and they're swinging at everything. I'm like, dude, you guys chill out. It's the first inning. Go up there and swing at every pitch.
Yeah. I can't call it.
It's sad.
I don't know how we spend so much money. We have the best players in baseball per se. And
a lot say.
Yeah. and we just can't. I mean, I guess it's crazy. We've done great against everybody else getting to this point. This team is just that good.
Toronto hits the ball. They're not making any really defensive issues because we're not defensive errors because we're not really hitting the ball that well. But we're giving up defensive errors too. I mean, if you're watching,
dude, our defensive errors are killing me.
Mookie's been not playing as tight, and Teo's doing what he. I mean, yesterday's triple that he gives up in the first or third inning or whatever it was. He goes slide diving for. I'm like, dude, you know you're not going to make that catch. Why are you doing that?
You got to body up the ball at least.
He was 40 feet from me when that happened. I was not happy. And then, the throws and the I don't know, dude. Anyway, I love Teo, but his defense, we talked about this before. His defense is to be desired.
And I was trying to have positivity and reflect good energy towards him.
Yeah.
And
me too.
He's just falling apart on us in front of our eyes, bro.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Toronto's a great team. I'll talk a little bit about going to the games. I went with my mom and one of her best friends, Rose. My mom always likes to get all dressed up with blue tutus and blue lipstick and gloves and hats with things and feather boas that are blue or white, and they both get all dialed up, right? And so she does that when she goes. So we had a good time. She walked around the park. Me and a buddy went, and he was meeting a friend. So we ran off and met with a friend for a little while, talked, and had a great game. My friend was so excited to hear that my mom had been going for like 50 plus years, 55 years or something since she was a kid,
Right.
All her family, her brother and her sisters all were going when they were young. My grandfather had season tickets at the Coliseum when they came in 58.
Oh,
so when they went to L.A. for Chavez Ravine, they also had them. So we've had them since they've been here. So it's a long history. So we heard that about my mom, and he was just like so enamored with that like whole story. He's like, oh, she's got to write a book and talk about how a woman's view. And I'm like, oh my God, trust me, you don't want her to write a book. I love you, Mom. But he was all excited about that, so I wanted to share that on his behalf. But then yesterday we went again, just me and him, and went into the to the Baseline Club, and that's the little bar right at the end. Right when you walk into left or right field.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On the concession side.
Yep.
So yeah, we can get in there, and we were gonna get some food and a drink or so. We got there an hour or two early. No place to sit, but there were two young women sitting alone at a table, and he's like, I'm gonna go talk to them, see if I can get them to let us sit with them. I was like, cool, I'll get the drink. So we get the drink, and we sit down, and I look over, and he waves me over, and he's sitting with them, and it's a mother and her daughter, like a high school age daughter, and they're both from Canada. They're both from near Toronto.
Oh shit!
Or I'm hard of hearing. So she said a lot of things to me that I didn't pick up every word.
Right.
So I don't know what city she was living in because she had a little,
French accent.
Not a French, but she had a Canadian accent.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I don't know, Saskatchewan and shit like that. And she was really sweet, and so we got to sit down. We're talking with them for a long time.
Did you tell her about the podcast?
I did not. I did not tell her about the podcast. So maybe I don't know if she'll ever hear this.
Yeah, but, she probably won't. That's all right.
But she was like, yeah, we were just talking about ticket prices and whatnot. She goes, yeah, our season tickets are the row behind the dugout in Toronto. And I'm cutting into the conversation quickly, but she ended up telling us they're like $230,000 a year for her seats. Because she had to buy seats here, right? And so she talked about where she was sitting, and she was like sitting front row, like off the dugout, visitor side, on the baseline. The three of them, because the husband ended up walking up, the father walked up a few minutes later. But I was like, okay. And so then we were just casually talking more. And she's like, oh, yeah, she has a little. I was like, oh, you're in college or in high school? And she's like, oh, I'm in high school. I was like, oh, you're missing all kinds of school. This is great. She goes, yeah, who cares? I'm seeing my team. And I was like, that's super cool. And she goes, oh, yeah, she has a farm. And she's like, oh, yeah, let me show you my farm animals. And I can hearing every other word. And I was like, what did she say? And she turns around, she shows me the phone. It's a fucking zebra. She has 2 zebras.
Damn.
She's got like a wolf goat, I think. I don't know. Tell me where I'm wrong.
No,
I don't know
that
if there's
could
a
be
wolf
right.
goat. I thought that's what she said.
A wolf goat?
Wolf goat.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a type
yeah.
of goat.
Yeah, somebody tell you where he's wrong.
Somebody tell me. What'd you think? What the hell did you think I said? What'd you think I said?
A wolf. And I'm like, yeah, wolf.
Wolf
feasible.
goat. Wolf goat?
Yeah, no, wolf goat.
No,
Yeah, I
wolf.
don't know where-
W-O-L-F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf
Probably
goat.
Probably not a wolf goat, but anyway. And then
All
some
you
other
goat
shit.
enthusiasts.
Yeah. Even if you're not, you just want to tell me I'm a dumb shit, feel free. Comment. Do not text me. Do not call me and tell me. I want you to comment.
Oh.
And they were super cool. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, we have business. I like to reach out. My buddy had a business.
Right.
So I was like, natural progression of conversation. I said, what do you do for work? She's like, oh, I'm retired. And I was like, oh, okay. She goes, yeah, I take care of my daughter. She's, I don't know, I can't remember the word she used, but she's feeding tube and,
Special needs?
yeah, I don't know if it was special needs or like a virus that did something to her, like a ALS or I don't remember, but it was in a bed, just not able to do anything, right? So she takes over. I was like, okay. And she goes, I'm retired. I was like, okay. And I kind of just like let it be. And then she's like, I just had a regular job. And she said something and she said regular job. I was like, okay. And I let it go. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know how this is all lining up. $250,000 in seats at home. Now you're at the World Series and you probably went to.
Yeah, but the husband could have had a very successful career doing something.
And then the daughter's like, yeah, when we were at Seattle. So like they went to all the games.
Yeah.
And in and out of Canada to U.S. I mean, flying back and forth, right? So it adds up.
Yeah.
It's not adding up for me.
Well, it's not adding up for you.
Not adding up for me. Well, then the husband rolls up. And I didn't know the husband was even there. I thought it was just the 2 of them. I never asked her if she was married. She never said my husband. She never said anything. It was a very casual conversation.
Yeah.
And he walks up, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, you want to sit down? He said, no. And he's like, okay, your husband, hi, I'm Josh. He said his name, which I probably didn't catch. You and I are both bad with names.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I'm like, okay. And we're talking for a quick minute. I'm like, so what do you do for work? And he said, oh, I work on cars. And I was like, okay. Well, what kind of cars? And he's like, oh, like, and he made this like kind of reference like all cars. So I immediately was like, okay, he's just a regular technician, not to shit on the word regular technician, but I was thinking, does he like work on Lambos? Does he build custom Bigfoot monster trucks? I don't know. Like this guy's obviously,
or he's retired and that's what he does now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's providing here. And he's like, yeah, like just regular mechanic. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm done searching for this one. We'll move on to the new conversation. But very nice people. They were talking about how nice all of the LA fans were. I was like, that's fantastic.
He was a kingpin, bro.
Dude, something, dude. How do you know? Like Owen Wilson? Was that his name? The kid from SC, the kingpin?
Yep, like
the one
Owen
from
Wilson.
Redondo?
Yeah.
Owen, if you're listening, bro, if anyone knows Owen, tell Owen we want him on the show.
So, and he's the one that's also the documentary about that's on HBO.
That's the one. That's
okay.
the one.
Yeah.
That's how I got to know him. Well, I got to know his story.
Okay.
But anyway, the people from Toronto were really nice. Good time at the game. Sat in some good seats the next day. Yesterday's game, we sat in good seats. Well, we sat in good seats both times. But frustrating to watch our team lose the way they're losing.
Horribly frustrating, bro.
But I did have a subject I was going to bring up, and it's perfect because we were talking about baseball. So I have a problem because it's football season right now too.
Well, you don't have just
I
one,
have a problem. It's a personal problem. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge,
It's a
bro.
challenge.
Yes.
Dude, I hate jewelry in professional sports. Chains.
I'm the same way.
Oh my God. Okay, earrings, fine. You want to rock earrings even in your helmet, whatever, dude. But the chains, like, I don't care what sport you're playing. Are you allowed to wear them in basketball? No, right?
I don't think so because people go up, you can get your fingers and everything caught in them.
Okay, so obviously in football, it's stupidest shit ever. It's a violent contact sport. I mean, once or twice, 3 times a year, I see a broken chain in a game. So who knows how many other times it's happening?
Right.
Why are you trying to be like jeweled up during your sports activity?
Can't understand it. I just remember the Puerto Rican kids for baseball starting it, back in the day, and then it just kind of kept moving on
Just
and
wanna
moving
look
on.
pretty.
And
Okay, you want to look pretty, but dude, you're a professional athlete now.
wear your gold chain when you're going out to dinner.
Yeah.
When you're in
Or
your
in an
everyday
Avid game.
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah, on the way off the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
The baseball one's even more frustrating because there's no pads on, so it's like flopping in their faces.
And
when
they're always
running.
having to adjust.
Yeah,
it.
and they're always adjusting it, dude. And I'm like, you can't tell me that's not affecting you in some small, tiny fashion. It is. It is
a
pulling,
nuisance, if nothing else.
It is pulling your attention, a fraction of your attention from what you're trying to do because it is touching your face. You may not really always notice it, but it plays its role.
Every time they swing and it goes sideways, and they
Yeah,
got to
dude,
adjust
you
it
gotta
for the next at bat.
When they're running, it's hitting them in the face. When you're pitching and it flops up and hits you in the face.
Yeah,
It's so dumb.
I'm with you. I am with you,
So
bro.
for all the professional athletes listening to this and watching this right now, which is a lot, cut this shit, dude. Give me a
Straight
break,
up,
bro.
leave the jewels in the locker
Come
room,
on,
bros.
bro. Killing me.
Man.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Yeah.
After not doing our show for 2 weeks, that's the only subject I was able to come up with. I've been pretty busy.
But you did get to go to the desert,
Yeah, I
bro.
went to
You
the
got
desert,
to,
I
you
went
got
to 2 World Series
two
games.
World Series
What else
games.
did I do? What else was going on? Oh my god. Yeah, I had some other things happen in life that were unfortunate. Yeah, I brought it up when my other buddy had passed recently, right?
Yeah.
But my uncle just passed away on Monday. My uncle Jay.
Who I had just met.
Yeah, you did just meet him. He came down.
Unbelievable. I can't even believe it.
Came down to Tony's months ago, or whatever it was, and
I
we
think
had
it
a
was
few
like
drinks.
2 months ago.
No way, bro. It was summer.
Summer was 2 months ago.
Yeah, but it was early in the summer. There's no way it was 2 months. No,
Okay,
it was-
maybe
yeah,
3
yeah,
months
yeah.
ago.
Where's my wife to tell me where I'm wrong?
Yeah.
She'll know. She was there.
She'll have no problem with
Yeah,
that.
she'll be like, that was on. You're an idiot. It was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so not to talk too much, but just want to pay some honor to him. Always loved him. Our families had some separation as of late. It's unfortunate that we're all going through this, and some of us, a lot of us still don't talk. I talk with them a little.
Unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, but it is where it's going to be until in the end of time, probably. That sucks to say on camera. I hope I can edit that one out. I want to take that one back. I hope that it were to be different. I'm being real.
It could be.
I'm being real. Like, we're ready. I think everybody's just has to do their thing. That's unfortunate.
Definitely.
You don't even want to say that on camera. Oh well. Anyway, it's staying in. It's staying in. Anyway, so yeah, love you, Jay. Miss you. I've missed you for a while, but I got to see him.
That's great.
And say what I wanted to say to him. So I said that to him, and they said
Good.
that he could hear you, and he was moving around when I was saying things. So, he wasn't moving around when I wasn't saying anything. So, I hope he heard me.
That's right.
I hope he knows I meant it.
For shizzle.
Yeah. So I've had a lot going on, but no excuses. I'm here today.
Made it.
I made it. Had some challenging times. Right. That's the
Yeah.
new thing, right? So last night
stress.
I was talking with a friend, and he was like, "Oh, you've been stressed out." And I was like, "Yeah." And we talked a little bit about how busy I've been. He's like, "Yeah, man. I don't use the word stress. I call it challenges or challenging. I don't let it become part of my vocabulary, because then it does its job and starts to put up a wall for me." And I was like, man, that is such a good outlook on the word. I go, I want to change that. I go, so I'm going to change that. So I'm going to start I'm working on it to start removing the word stress when it refers to.
Did he say he has any challenges he couldn't overcome?
Not this guy. No, this guy always figures out how to.
He figures out how to get around.
How to do
Okay.
something against his challenges every time.
That's right. That's right. That's good news. Speaking of, he's probably talking to somebody on the hill and getting some intellectual information.
He
that,
is.
You know,
He must be.
it's got to be, bro.
Got to be in
It's
tune.
got to be.
Got to be dialed.
Dude, I have been doing deep dives into the telepathy tapes, bro.
I'm jealous because you told me about them, but I haven't watched them, and I'm super interested. So, tell me
Dude.
some shit.
I don't even know. For those of you that haven't heard, there is this thing called the telepathy tapes, and you have to go check it out.
You have to go check it out.
If I could tell you anything, go listen to this while you're driving in your car, when you have nothing else to do but occupy your time while you're in that thing, or you're cleaning your house, throw your earpods on or your headphones on, or if you're out doing some exercise or some walking, throw this thing on. And you'll need to get to the third episode. I've got a process for you. You can't start.
Can't start on episode
No,
one?
no, you have to start episode 1 because there's information that you need, but you can't get discouraged until you get to episode 3, because by the time you get to episode 3, dude, you are hooked, and you are going. You're
on mushrooms.
I'm talking to myself the whole time. I'm trying to figure out. No. I'm creating excuses, right?
Yeah.
The why this
Yeah.
doesn't work or why that doesn't work. And we'd already heard of, last year or whatever, 9 months ago when she came out and she did the podcast circuit for this season.
So, the telepathy tapes are. If you didn't listen to our other episodes, that I don't know if they're
That aren't out yet.
Aren't out yet. The telepathy tapes are an investigation on people who are on this autism spectrum.
Yep.
That are communicating telepathically, either next door or on the other side of the world,
Yes.
anywhere in between.
Yes.
And on what's called the Hill.
If you can
If some
believe
of
what he
them-
just said.
If some of them call it that. So if you haven't seen our unreleased episodes, that's the short of it. So so you've been watching that. I wanted to make sure people knew what the hell we were talking
so now
about.
now that we're gonna leave that to them and we're just gonna talk. Now they've
Yeah,
got
you gotta
that
go
4-1,
watch.
they can
You gotta
they
go
can have it
watch.
out there. Bro,
It's on YouTube or where's it?
it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And Camden, I don't know if Camden was the first one to tell me about it.
I think it was. You said that a few times.
And
Camden
then
told
I
me about
think
it.
I went and Joe Rogan had her on his podcast.
This is the lead investigating doctor, whatever her name
No.
is.
So this is Kai is the producer of the telepathy tapes.
Okay.
She's a documentary filmmaker, and she worked in Hollywood. That's her business, and she was looking to find out what her next project was, and she was going to do it. She had an idea of doing it on autism, and then she found this particular doctor, and I can't think of the doctor's name, but anyway, so there's a doctor on this that has been doing this research for like the last 30 years, and wrote a paper on it, and the doctor got her license taken away after she wrote a paper on it.
Oh, that's right. You did fucking tell me that. Yeah, so that's some hidden agenda government shit.
Straight up. And then no. Somebody found out that she was doing this and she got her license taken away or something happened. And then she had to go and she wrote either a review of her findings and everything, and then they read that review of her findings and reinstated her license.
So they thought she was a quack or what?
They thought she was a quack.
So it wasn't a government conspiracy like I thought originally?
It's a medical it's a medical
Good old boys
industry. Yes. Yeah, where that's a taboo topic that can't be discussed because you can't prove it.
club. Yeah.
And so when you guys watch all that, you'll learn all that. But bro, so I'm listening to these things, and it gets through the first episode where they kind of introducing you to this concept. By the time it gets to the third episode, starting at the second half of the second episode and into the third, now you start to meet these kids.
Yeah.
And you're hearing the backstory on them, bro. And there's a kid named Austin, and I can't remember the Indian kid's name. Another kid, and then Austin has a friend named John Paul, and you go through. They introduce you to the moms of this, these families, or sometimes the dads. They go into how they were not taught anything as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody thought that there was anything in there.
Yeah, they didn't really try to focus in on making sure they could read.
Well,
or they
not
could write.
read. They didn't even really, converse to them like you.
They lead them around and push
lead
them
them around. But,
you point them in the right directions and tell them what to do, but they don't interact. But they don't, converse.
I don't want to say that they don't, because I'm going to tell you that there's a happy medium here. So there's a happy medium of being either somebody's teacher or aide or whatever you want to call it in that particular program. And you do talk to these individuals like you would talk to me and you, but they're short conversations.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, so-and-so, what'd you do last night? You talk in the, and then you go on, and it's short conversations.
And the questions are short. The answers are short.
Yes, because there's not a realization and we're going to call people materialist thinking. So there's materialist thinkers.
Thinking. Okay.
And then there are, what do they call it? They don't call it, they don't call it, not mysticism, but anyway, they call it a particular thing. It'll come to me as we're talking. And so I'm listening to this, and as nobody thought that there was anything of any substance going on in their mind.
Yeah.
Because their body was walking back and forth, pacing, and they couldn't control their left arm, and they're making noises,
smacking
so
themselves.
You see that
extreme autism,
and you think that it's a mental problem, that there's something wrong with the brain, and so for this person has all these problems and can't possibly think inside there.
It's a broken record.
It's a second grade thinking, or they haven't
less than. Yeah.
Yes, and you read in reports, bro, that they have a mental capacity of a kindergartner or a third grader or 6 months or 12 months.
What they can express, what you think they're trying to say.
Well, that's what the doctors write in their IPs.
Oh, in the IPs. Yeah.
Yes, and so you read these things, and you're like, well, these people they're doctors. They're way smarter than I am. How am I to refute what their findings are?
Yeah, well, you trust
but
medicine.
Me, I've always spoken to them and had conversations like they were anybody else.
Yeah.
But again, even though I had those conversations and I could see reaction to some of the things I say, I didn't know how much was getting through. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how much was being processed. You know what I mean? 100%. I know my energy and my good feelings were always out there. So those were being picked up and could be, a reason for a reaction. But I didn't know my words had meaning all the time.
Yeah, we talked in the episode that we briefly talked about this. The other one, I talked about the same thing. I worked with special needs kids too. And it was the same thing. The best results were when you talk to them like regular communication.
Yes,
they appreciate that. Because you can see that they understand what you're saying. And some of them still act out, and some of them, totally do what you ask them to do and things like that. But
correct.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. And for those listen, we talked about this in a previous episode we haven't released, but I have a learning center for disabled adults. It's a day program that they come from their homes and they're engaged throughout the day. They're stimulated depending on what their needs are. Some are high functioning, some are low functioning, some are ambulatory, non-ambulatory. And we talked about what that means, which is walking or non-walking, right. Verbal, non-verbal. Oh. Some could be from an accident. Some could be from
birth
parents
took
something happened at birth. Yeah. Could be parents had done drugs during that time. All kinds of things could be a reason. Yeah. And
I worked in the STAR program at Torrance, the city of Torrance, with kids in after school programs. So it was all high school kids. For the STAR program was extremely disabled, Down syndrome, in wheelchairs. when you can't, they use the little thing to move around. They can't talk. He's just like laying there. I forget what that's called.
Could be no.
I mean, it could be caused by something. I thought that it used to have a name. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, to extreme autistic, and then I worked the other program, which I can't remember the name of it, with kids that were in like elementary school, and middle school, at after school program. Those kids were just kind of like, they're on the spectrum, and
Right.
you know, just probably picked on a little bit, or
Yeah,
had a
and
little
in
bit
that
of a,
environment, that's
Yeah.
I think, you know, because everything when you're kids is a much better environment to try to teach somebody, of course, than when they're adults.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still have hope after listening to all this. I still have hope for people that are in our day program that there can be communication, and we're going to implement
Yeah,
some
you
of
can start
that
doing
in
this.
their program.
So that's our backgrounds with understanding the special needs
So
community.
Now we're back on to what
Yeah.
this is all about.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was a normal conversation, but what I'm about to tell you is not normal in the eyes of most people walking around today. And so the first thing is, people are called, I don't know if you know this, but they're called spellers.
No.
So when somebody is nonverbal, they're nonverbal, they don't have the ability to communicate usually. Well, spellers, if you have a spelling board or with letters or an iPad, you could teach people how to do ABCs. Supposedly, that's like the program that's been introduced to us. But
I mean, I've seen ones where it's you program them to be items,
Correct.
and things that they want. They have to go to the bathroom. They need to be
Correct.
changed. They're hungry. They're
Correct.
thirsty.
All those are in addition
They're mad.
to.
They're happy. Whatever it is.
Yes,
You start
but those are
expanding.
generic things that
Yeah.
indicate an item.
Right.
You can't string together an intelligent
No,
thought.
it's a
from
one-to-one item there.
Yes.
But teaching them the letters, you can maybe teach them to read and then to express.
them. Well,
That's the goal.
what you
with
just
letters.
said is what's the goal for every speaking child
Right.
that we have in society.
Right. That's how it's done. Read letters first, then read it to them, make them read, and then make them write.
Yeah. Wait till I tell you this shit, bro. Wait till I tell you this shit. Okay. And I would love to have Kai on our podcast if she would ever come on our podcast.
Kai, if you're listening.
And she's in Burbank, so she lives here.
Okay.
So proximity of
realistic.
location
It's
is a good thing
realistic.
for us. Yes,
It's not a pipe
realistic.
dream.
No, it's not a pipe dream.
It's a want.
But now she's on big podcast. And well, she was on Joe Rogan. I can't say that was a small podcast.
That's not small. It's not
The
small
first
business.
round.
That's not a small business.
But yeah, and I'm sure she has dates that she's got set up. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. That's a side thought. Back to this, everything I've been high on for the last week and a half, bro. So these kids have no way to communicate. The parents have no way to communicate, and the parents do not know what's going on, if there's anything even in there aside from glimpses that they see time to time because they're with them every day, and they
Small breakthroughs.
Small breakthroughs, yes. But a lot of frustration, and they see the frustration in their children. And then that frustration, in turn is on
Comes
them as
into
well.
acting out, and then
Yes, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, schools wouldn't teach them, didn't recognize spelling as a form of communication.
Wait. Schools in general.
Okay,
let's
even the body that sanctions people to be teachers, sanctioned teachers or licensed teachers,
the overseeing body of the teaching community
of special needs.
Special needs. There
Special
we go.
needs.
Okay. There. That's what I
Would
was.
not allow them to use spelling. It's frowned upon and
Yeah.
and something that they don't
They think it's a waste
endorse.
of time.
Yes.
They think it's a waste of time. We could
Yes,
say
a
it.
waste of time,
Yeah.
bro. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's first state that.
Yeah.
And in doing
That's
so,
not conjecture, by the way.
that's
We
not
know that
conjecture. We
yeah,
know that
we
as a
know.
fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And in doing so, you've now put up a barrier between two people that says, don't even try. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, there's you're automatically told this, you believe this, and so you're stuck. So people have defied that. And there's a documentary on YouTube called Spellers. I encourage everybody to look that up too. And that shows a mother who is now a licensed communication instructor with special needs. She has 2 special needs boys, and they're from North San Diego. What's
Escondido?
right after you pass over the Air Force Base? That city is called
That is Miramar.
not Miramar.
Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Okay.
Oceanside. No, Oceanside's down in San Diego.
I don't know. Whatever. Over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Not Costa Mesa.
tell him where he's wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Text him.
Yeah,
Call
yeah,
him.
yeah. Anyway, so on the Spellers documentary I watched, because I'm telling you, I'm going deep into this now, bro. I'm
Because
not
you had never
just-
mentioned spellers until today.
No,
I'd never
I'm
done-
not just on the
A lot of
telepathy
this
tapes.
we've talked about a few times.
Yeah, now there's all kinds of shit, and I don't know how much I want to believe. But when I get to it, you're gonna go, shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Shut up.
And so where this lady has her 2 boys, and she has a stencil, and the boys, could not speak, but she was determined to communicate with them. So she starts teaching them to take a pencil and poke at the letters. So she'll say, go to A, and they'll go to A. Go to B, go to B.
Right.
So on and so forth. And they get where they can get, and it's not that they don't know what those are, it's that they can't get their hand motor function, the disconnect between the brain and the body working has a disconnect, and it can't get the body to function and do what you need it to do. So in some of these instances, when you're teaching these kids to poke a pencil, as say, or a stick through the letter, you have to teach them, like in some instances, you literally have to hold their hand like this and guide them to it.
And show them the
and
path.
show them the path.
The physical path.
The physical path to get there, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go to the elbow, and you don't have to guide. You just touch the
it.
elbow, and it reminds the brain that there's something there, and they can operate on their own.
And that's
with what you
how
ask.
she's been doing it.
No. This is just something that I also learned along the way with another kid.
Gotcha.
That this was his process. And then the mother went to his shoulder, and then it was eventually you could touch him, and now she doesn't have to touch him at all.
Nice.
And he has an iPad, and he spells everything out.
Okay. Different kid.
Different kid.
Okay. Sorry. Go on.
Different kid, but I've
on.
learned this process. So you watch this mother and Spellers have this. She straight asks her kids, bro, what do you think about what's going on with Dr. She reads an article like from Dr. Dre and Tupac, and when Biggie got shot and who killed him, and when Tupac got shot. She reads this whole thing, and then her kid, bro, her autistic kid, writes out. Oh no, she has 2 of them. The older one types out the most intelligent reply, bro.
What are you
would
talking
ever
about?
think about how he breaks down the whole thing, and it's like the most articulate hip hop review of that scenario
He
that she
said
read
Keefe
him.
D. Ask Keefe D. It was the cops. He knows.
Dude, straight
typed that
up,
shit up?
dude.
Dude,
He
that is
types it
crazy.
up, and you're like,
I don't believe you.
No way.
This is no way.
So the thing is, now here's the kicker, bro. They didn't say this in Spellers because they didn't say that in the documentary. At least I don't. I'd have to go back. I've only watched it once, and it was a lot to gang. But through these other kids that Kai has on the telepathy tapes, they are never taught to spell a word like T-H-E's, the.
Yeah.
Once they get the skill set to be able to get to the letter they want, they already know how to spell the word.
So wait, you're saying once you taught them how to the physical path, there was no additional teaching.
There
It
was no
only
additional
the
teaching.
physical path.
Yes.
They've learned to read and write years ago.
Without anybody ever teaching them how to read or write.
So wait, so you think they watched, or you think fucking they went to the hill?
So now Josh just mentioned the hill.
Because I know a little.
He knows a little about the hill. And we're going to get into the hill right now. But let's talk about the ways that they could know how to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm
They
thinking.
could know how by having, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt that there is something in there. And
Of
let's
course.
even give them a better benefit of the doubt because they don't have their other senses. They have a photographic memory.
Yeah, or the
Okay,
IQ
so that's
is
one
through the
possibility.
Roof. Yeah, or the receptors for the IQ is through the roof. These
Through the
could
roof.
just be like savants, obviously.
Yes, savants are also a big subject in this topic.
Yeah.
Okay, a big portion of it. And they call it a savant skill is what they label
right,
it.
which would be if your brain was your savant skill. Then
Yes.
thank you, Jesus.
Yes, right?
That's amazing.
Okay. So you're picking that up, and then as you go through, now that question has come up, but not all of them they think could be that because they all have different ways that they learn, or some can
Well, what? So we were talking about how do you think they could have picked it up otherwise, right? So
Right.
other than that, we're going to get into the hill, which I think I already know what you might say because I hinted at it, but an idea about learning. I mean, these kids are like in their teens, right, or 20s.
some start at 9 years old, and some don't start until they're 19, 20, 21.
Well, so 9 years is a long time for you to be alive, and so no one's teaching you to read or write or whatever, but they're talking around you. And
But are they spelling around you?
But here's how I think that you pick up on spelling is whenever people are talking about what's in front of them, and you start paying attention to what they're saying, because you're receiving everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? That someone's like, oh, we're going to McDonald's, we're going to this place, we're going to this over there, and right on it, they're talking about it, and the word is there, right? And the sounds are there, and you start making connections with the same visualizing sounds that are coming out of their mouths while they're looking at something that you have letters on.
Yep.
And you can start making relations like that, just like speech. We learn speech in that way. We don't typically learn to read in that fashion, but I think it's possible.
I'm totally with you.
Possible.
Now, what do you do when they're blind? And one of them's blind.
I thought I was onto something.
No, one of them's blind, bro.
Okay.
And
I don't have anything on that one.
Learned to touch the stencil and figure out what the 1 is,
Braille
or the
style?
A is, yes, what the B is, what the C is, and learned from touching the letters to feel it, and now goes and knows the board by heart now, and just goes to what letter he wants to spell out each word.
Because you can see it in his head. You can see it.
Well, we're gonna get to that next. In addition to, so I'm listening to all this, bro. And by the time you get to the third episode, now they start talking about these kids know things that they could not have known because nobody told them. As an instance, mom goes and hides candy all around the house.
Oh, yeah.
Comes home or hides the candy when the sun is gone. Doesn't think about it. Starts thinking about she's out and he's home now at this point, and starts thinking about if he could did he find any of the candy that she hid. When she's thinking about it, she walks in the door. He goes right to every spot that she hid the candy and pulls out all the candy.
Can't think about anything around this kid.
And she's thinking, how did he know that? Did I say that earlier where I hid the candy? He didn't follow me around. He wasn't even home when I hid the candy. How did he know that I had the candy? So these things would trigger them to think there's something more to this relationship that I have with my kid. There's a third intuition. There's something. So goes on. Instances like this are happening to families everywhere around the world all the time, but nobody has a place to go talk about it. People are scared to talk about it with anybody else for fear that they will be called crazy.
Because
anybody that they bring it up to says that they're crazy. And
I think it sucks if you're not open to this in your head.
1,000%.
I love this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, I love to be open to things that are unknown. And that sucks if you're living in a world where you don't want to believe this because of some other belief you got going on in your head that bars you from thinking this could be real. Come on
You
now.
said that.
Come on now.
we're at the job site yesterday, and we're waiting for some materials to arrive. So we got some downtime, and I'm having my guys, a couple of my guys that work with me, listen to the first couple episodes of Telepathy Tapes. By the time we get into the second half of it, he's a smart kid, articulate. He's pretty damn funny. He's always got something witty he's got a spin on most things thinking. And I don't buy it. He's giving me reason after reason. And I go, there's an answer for that. There's an answer. That's been figured out. He's all. So we'll see now. I'm going to talk to him in a couple of days because we're not working right now until next week, and see if he's listened to it, because he's the kind of kid that'll go catch all the episodes and then go on to the next thing and learn all about this.
Okay.
He's a botanist.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big plant guy.
Okay.
Loves plants.
Got a green thumb.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about weed either.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I was like. Okay.
And he actually likes all kinds of plants. And so anyway, I'm listening to all this, and because now I'm following these tapes and I can't stop. I'm every time I get in the car, I'm popping it on. I'm listening.
This isn't something that I have to watch. I feel like I want to see like stuff that's going on.
It's not. The documentary won't be out until next year. They're working on the documentary, but she's released the second season of the podcast, which is her going through and explaining all this.
Okay, so
they're filming that first section.
Everything that you're telling
us. And now they're
us.
filming this next section where they're doing this under a much bigger peer review and under scientific methods. And so they're going to combine all that, I believe. I don't know what they're going to do. If it's going to be 1, 2, 3 movies, or what documentaries they're going to do, or how they're going to do it. But let's ask her, and she'll give us some insight.
So yeah, so it's just her on a podcast talking
her on a
about.
podcast.
So she's telling you the stories you're telling us.
No, she's not telling you. She's taking you through her going to these people's houses.
Yeah, but she's telling you.
The parents, the students, you're listening to every one of them.
Oh, so they're recordings of her traveling. They're study recordings.
Yes.
And then she talks about them like podcast style. And
correct.
And then she goes back to playing recordings.
Yes, these are all live recordings of instances that they went in and filmed these kids doing all of these things.
Okay, but we don't have the film part of it.
She's brought in. She got a guy who does the not EKG, but I forget what they call it. But they put the cap on with all the electrodes, and then they see what part of the brains are operating. She's got that guy in there.
Okay.
She's got people who are skeptics that are filmmakers that she brought in.
Yeah, so there's plenty of film to watch when it comes out.
Yes,
but right now, it's
all
listening,
all podcast.
Okay, all right, go on.
And so now these kids, you start to see that there's something there. Well, they've started to teach some of them how to spell, because that's a method that they can communicate. And in doing so, like I said, they have never been taught how to spell a word, but know how to spell the words.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
like in the beginning, they may have let's just say road. They might spell it as when they're just getting getting into this, they may spell it RODE or something like that.
Yeah.
But then when they get better at doing this more, now they have ROAD and all the correct way on spelling everything, and it all just flows. But they're right there on everything that they're saying.
And we're sure that the iPad's not doing predictive text.
No, there's no. Okay, so we're gonna get into that, bro. No predictive text. We're talking a stencil and a pencil.
Wow.
And they're poking this pencil through the letter to make the word.
Yeah.
So on the Spellers documentary, the mom, or she's the doctor, or whatever, she's the professional at this, who I'm going to, if possible, ask her to tutor me on how to do this, or take her online class or whatever she offers. You hold the stencil up, and say your autistic child or your student is right there, and they have like a twitch, like they can't stop moving, and then they look up, and they can't stop moving, they look up. It's a disconnect between the brain and body operating mechanisms, but not brain and intellectual capacity. Two completely different things.
Which we wouldn't have ever
known.
We've never known this.
So she'll ask a question, and he's going T, H, and then he'll get caught, and she'll pull the stencil away, put it back and tap him. He'll go E.
Reset.
She'll go the, and then he'll go P, E,
What's that spell?
O.
Touchdown.
And then they'll get distracted. She'll pull the stencil away, put it back, and say, eyes up, and then they'll continue to spell. Now, she's not telling them what to spell.
No, but
she's just telling them, pay attention.
just do it.
Here we
Do
go.
it, yeah.
Here's the reminder that what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
And
still amazing.
They write out,
Outrageous.
bro, a paragraph. And like I said, the people do not understand what is inside of us.
Yeah, I
and
know.
we have been hiding a lifetime in some cases, and we need to be recognized.
Yeah.
Is the coming out of this kid's mouth through a stencil to his mom.
It's crazy. You have to believe it. You can't not
You
understand.
see it.
Yeah, you're seeing it.
Watch this thing called Spellers, and you're going to see everything of what I'm talking about as
crazy.
far as the intellectual capacity of somebody in that state and what they're capable of.
And for the people listening, we know that there's somebody inside, and we see reactions, like we said earlier.
Yes.
You see that things are resonating, and you see things change, and you see like personal relation developing. Which,
Correct.
So you know that we know that they know where we are when it's time to go, and when they're excited. Whose house? You say something. They know
Yes.
we're going to that person's house.
Yes.
That's all true. We all see that. That's not pretend like there's nothing in there. It's not what we're saying. We're not saying we didn't see it like this.
We didn't
where you
see it
could-
like this.
This is crazy.
This means they have the ability to articulate their thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
to you
Yeah.
like never
Yeah,
before.
instead of just showing emotion or some kind of reaction to one subject, they're able to feed you.
Dude, could you
their
imagine
thoughts.
being a parent of a kid you've raised for 16, 17, 18,
we have
19
we have a
years,
21-year-old in our family that we would love to hear from.
and you never knew how they felt about anything,
Yeah.
and they've thought everything that you've thought over those last 18 years.
And they went through all the things you went through.
Went through puberty. They went through
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
The girlfriend concept,
the
all
losses,
of it.
the losses of
Yes.
family members. We have
Yes,
some family
of
members we lost
friends.
on that family, and yeah, the connection with those two was
And
big.
never being able to express that to somebody.
Yep. So
That is crazy, bro.
It is crazy. We need this. We need this.
We
to
need
break
this big
out.
time. So I want all 7 of you to get on this train and listen. Check out the telepathy tapes. So back to my experience, Josh.
Yes, give it to me.
I'm in the car. I'm in the 3rd episode, and
Open the window.
I'm like, I can't believe this. I come home. I tell Dominica, I'm all, babe, I know we talked about this, when Camden told us about it, and we briefly, saw her being interviewed on these things. But please listen to these tapes. Listen to these tapes, and you tell me, because I am strongly encouraged to talk with you guys about implementing this at your school. And let's talk about how many students you think that this could benefit. How many you might think might be capable of physically being able to do this.
Especially you do it at a school where it's broader than just a kind of a one-on-one, where Kai is getting the chance to meet up with one-on-ones because she's really focusing in. But if you can teach these kids in the background what some of these kids have already learned,
Yes.
start spreading that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, it could really be used well at the school.
Yeah. Huge.
Yes.
I mean, mind-blowing what these students might be able to tell us.
Yes.
So now you're getting into this, and it's like, so you see there's some kind of like connection where they kind of like can communicate like by feelings, or this kismet that I know what's going on with them, and then you're getting this spelling thing going on. Well, now they're literally starting to explain that they can read their mom's thoughts. Literally, my mom can be at the grocery store and thinking about something, and I
candy.
know that she's thinking, forget
Yeah,
the
the
candy.
candy.
It could be she's thinking about buying milk and something for dinner. When she comes home, they sell on the speller board, we're going to have so and so and so for dinner. And she haven't even pulled the groceries out of the bag, and they're already spelling that they know exactly what we're going to have for dinner. How is that possible? So through more and more of this, and Kai doing research, she flies down to Mexico, talks to a young lady there and her mom, and then comes back and brings them back here to now film all this. Hence the telepathy tapes. These people not only have been in there all of this time, they have been on another plane of existence mentally. and they have been at a place that they can communicate to each other with students that they have gone to school with or are currently going to school with and have never spoken a word because they're unable to speak, but have been communicating in deep thought for as long as they've been knowing each other. And you're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
How is this even possible? I don't believe you. It's
Fugazi.
bullshit.
Forget about it.
So Kai starts doing these tests where they have Uno cards. She goes out and she buys all this shit, dude. Uno cards, fucking random word generator apps on phones, but she doesn't download them. She waits until they're at the house and she downloads them on camera from the app to the iPad. And now they have and they're filming the whole thing. Now here's the random word generator. They pick a word. They show the mom standing behind the kid. And they ask the kid, what is the mom seeing? Let's just use the Uno cards.
Yeah. Blue 2.
Plus
Yeah.
2.
Oh my God.
What number is this? 7. Now, we know through these other podcasts and through other, History Channel had these guys on them. Podcasters have now had these guys on them. Different documentaries have been made about the government who had hired people who had remote viewing abilities to see things like a base, a submarine that was offshore that nobody knew except the military. And this guy is writing out that he sees a submarine at these coordinates. And they go through and verify. And sure enough, we had a submarine at those coordinates when that guy was writing that down at that time. But those at best were only 50% accurate.
What'd you call that? Remote viewing?
Remote viewing.
Yeah, we talked about this when Vinny was here.
Yes, remote viewing.
Yeah. And they're not that good at it.
They're not that good at it.
Yeah. Well, better than me.
50% is damn good.
It's damn good. But we're talking 100%ers.
Yes. And it's 50% is broken down in two ways. It's a flip of a coin.
Yeah.
But also, 50% of the time, in knowing something could be beneficial. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
So it's better than nothing. And these kids don't have 50. They don't have 60.
Yeah.
They don't have 80.
Yeah.
They have 100% accuracy.
They have the hill.
100% that you can read that card. Now they pull up a word. The mom looks at the word. The word was something like Isa, I-S-A-E or something like that. Or something word like that. A word we don't even know what the meaning of it is.
Yeah.
The kid types the fucking word. Nobody in the film crew doesn't know what the word is. Nobody knows what the word is.
It's not
but
a
this
word.
kid,
It's a group of letters, and he types it,
bro. And he doesn't type it. He's typing on a pad. He's got a pad that he hits I, and it goes I, Q, U, everyone, and he types this word out. So then they're like, fuck, they did a bunch of words. It's not a word no more. Let's do random picture generator.
Okay.
The first one comes up is a red English phone booth. Those ones that we see in the movies and all the pictures.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't even type it out. He yells from the other room, "Red phone, red phone!" You hear him in the background, expressing himself, and they're like, "I didn't even tell him," And then they go on to like a picture of. Now this is a complicated picture. A cab driver, somebody hailing a cab, the cab driver coming up, and the cab driver sticking his head out of the window, yelling at somebody else.
Okay.
They show it to the mom. The kid types out, "Watch out. Put your head back in the window."
What?
They're like, because you can determine this picture in a variety. You can explain this picture.
You
can break down every bit of this picture
in 1,000 words. Yeah.
And the kid says, "Put your head back in the window. You're going to get hurt."
Yeah, that's his thought.
Yes, that's
His
what he thought when he was reading
thought.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of asshole cabbie yelling at somebody, he's like, "Hey, you're gonna hurt yourself. Get back in the car.
Put your head back in the car."
Oh my god.
And so now they're starting, and this is documented. Not once, not twice. They don't go to 3 moms. They go to moms after parents, after moms, after house, and it's not just in one location. They go to Atlanta. They got a lady they bring up from Mexico with her daughter. They have people in other parts of Georgia. I think Washington. They're all over. That they start getting this. They're going to these people and talking with these people. Well, then they come to find out that they have relationships. This one guy, John Paul, who is like 6'6", 6'8", 300 pounds, walks back and forth, loud, eruptive, has a girlfriend. And when they teach him how to spell, he talks about his girlfriend. And they're like, no, she goes, who's that? They talk to the school. Oh, it's a girl that goes to school here. They barely even see each other. Then they go to talk to the girl, and they're teaching the girl how to spell. Find out they've had a relationship for like 5 years that nobody knew about.
No one even knew.
And they've been talking to each other through telepathy. But it's not just them talking through telepathy. It's a place that they go that Josh mentioned,
the hill,
which they describe as the hill. And the hill is a location that they all go to and congregate and talk amongst each other and spend time and teach each other things on the hill. And now they continue on going through this, Josh. And as they're going through it, one of them will talk about somebody taught me to do something, and it wasn't another student, and it wasn't another autistic, a non-speaker they call him. It wasn't another non-speaker. Somebody in the hill, in this place, taught them this.
Somebody unknown, like
unknown,
it's
an
like
unknown entity.
It's just it's like a supernatural, all-knowing,
an unknown entity.
You go. I picture the hill like this beautiful, soft rolling hill, like in Salinas, California, where the grass is short and the sun is out and it's not too hot. And everybody's hanging out like a picnic.
That's what you vision, right?
Yeah.
And
it's like heaven on earth.
I don't. Well,
if you go there and you absorb information like that, it's like a dream. And in dreams, you just know things, right? Things are explained without being explained. The oddball things make sense because it's in your head. It's just a knowing thing. So the hill is like that same kind of place.
They have different descriptions amongst how they see it in some instances, and I think there's multiple places. Okay, it's so fucking new and overwhelming, bro. I don't really know how to wrap my head around all the information that I've gathered in the last week and a half. And
I have to watch it.
You have to, dude. And then you have to watch the spellers, and then I'm going to hip you to some other things to watch now that I've went left and right from this thing. I'm going so deep, I don't even know if I can come out. I'm serious. and it goes through, bro, where they're not just communicating on this hill, but an entity is there teaching. One kid can spell in 5 different fucking languages, and his family only speaks English.
What?
I don't even know if he speaks English. They speak one language, but the kid can speak all kinds of languages.
Wow.
The kid, some of them know shit that they've never been taught, never been exposed to, that you would think, how do you even have a sense of understanding of this subject? And they are fluent in it. Not just the language, whatever the subject is. So now you ask them, well, who taught you that? The nice guy, the nice old man. Who's the nice old man? Well, how is it that you can even do this? Like, how do I know that this isn't something bad that's talking to you? And the kid tells his mom, God doesn't give you this ability if you're not a good-hearted person.
What?
And you're like, what do you mean God? The parents aren't even religious. They're atheist. What do you mean God? God doesn't give you this ability to do what I do if you're not a good-hearted person and your heart isn't in the right place. You can't even come to the hill if your heart is bad.
Wow. There is something. There is something. This is
getting deep right now,
this
bro.
is proof of religion.
Okay, well, I'm gonna still combat that to some degree, okay? Because it's literally unknown.
Yeah.
But I could see how that could be construed to a religion.
Well, they could be using the word as they know it. Well,
Correct.
no, but they're being taught by this knowing entity. So
Okay, so let's break them down. They're not the same thing.
He's saying
He's describing to his mom that God.
yes. Okay, and you're not saying that God's at the hill.
Correct.
Necessarily.
Well,
not
correct.
necessarily.
Not necessarily. He's just stating that fact.
Yeah, that's the way he's expressing.
That's the way he's expressing it to her.
Yeah.
And they describe, I don't know if they call them, some describe them as angels or helpers. And this kills me with everything else that I've been watching and documentary after documentary.
You can't even get it out.
On the Anunnaki. Do you know a little bit about them?
A little. It was hard for me to, the giants and the,
okay.
It was hard, man.
So they describe in that
to get on board with
the
that.
Book of Enoch,
yes.
and it's Babylonian religion.
Yes.
And they describe the Nephilims as being 10 feet tall.
And they come down from space.
From the sky.
They come from the
sky. Okay.
And and they're monster giants. Yeah.
What if they were never aliens, and these ancient people could go to the hill? Because these kids are describing these angels as being 10 feet tall.
Okay.
And helping them. That they help them, they teach them.
That's what the story of they share the knowledge with the people of Earth. And that's where we get a lot of
When I'm listening to this documentary with these kids describing this, all I'm doing is thinking about that. Because I have the correlation in my head from both instances.
Yeah.
One from fucking 7,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And one today.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe the Anunnaki's wasn't actually physical.
Correct.
It was something that they were at the hell.
Well, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. We're on the road.
Yeah.
You're on the road, bro.
Okay.
We got the pedal to the metal. We're throwing folks in the back. Now we got 12 watchers. Now we got 12 followers. Keep coming. Keep coming. Okay. By the time this night, we might have 100. And so, Josh, they start talking about people. One kid tells his mom, he writes this guy's name out on the stencil board, if I remember this correctly. And he starts telling his mom, this guy is doing this or needs to do that. And she's like, she looks up the guy's name. He's a famous author. Her son is telling him that he's in the woods, and that something about his I love the way he's putting this together in this story. And she's like, what in the hell are you talking about? So she finds the guy's email, gets in contact with him somehow. I don't remember if it was through his publicist or how it was, writes the guy an email about what her son is telling her. The guy's like, wait a minute. He responds back, I'm in the woods because that's where I go to write my novels. I get this cabin up in so-and-so,
Like a lot of writers do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And or vacation home, I can't remember what it
Whatever
is.
it
And I
is.
go here and I'm secluded and now I write. And this is what I'm writing about. And it's the same thing her son is telling her that he's writing about in real time.
A random dude, not even
A random dude. He don't know him from Adam.
What?
But he likes his stories.
This is getting insane.
So then they go back and forth. Now the writer is like, no, somebody's playing a trick on me, and they go back and forth. And now he's communicating with the kid back and forth, and they create a relationship.
By the writing. He's not going to the hill.
No.
He's just communicating to him out loud via his thoughts.
His thoughts.
Because he knows they're being read.
Correct.
That's insane.
Yes.
I can't.
So the guy's like, spooked about it, but then intrigued at the same time.
Yeah.
And so now they've created a relationship. And they have this bond and this connection.
Can I just say, I don't want any of these kids around me. and I guess you don't have to be around me to read my mind.
They don't, bro.
If you're listening, please stay out of here. You don't want to be in here.
Now let me tell you, I don't think. Okay, so from what I've heard up to this point, I haven't heard any negativity. I haven't heard them going and finding negative thoughts in your brain.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only possible on a positive.
I like that
realm.
Yes.
If you're not,
we all deserve our privacy,
right? If you're not thinking positive, you're not even able to get the message in the ether. If you have a negative thought, I don't think it reaches. At least at this point, that's my assessment.
Yeah.
For how much I've dug into this.
I know this sounds ridiculous, but the next time I'm around my niece, I'm gonna try.
Please do.
I'm going to. I have a soft relationship with her. Because I can interact with special needs and I don't, clam up or get weird.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know how to act. So you don't know what to do.
Seen that
and I'm not
life.
like that. I'm natural and I interact as much as they'll let me.
Yes. And that's,
so I'm going to
thank
try.
God for you and people like you and everybody. Take a note from what Josh just said. And the next time you see somebody with special needs, talk to them.
Yeah.
Regardless about the spelling or anything.
Yeah.
Anytime you see somebody with special needs, talk to them and engage with them.
If you can. Some are not interactable.
Yes, some are not engageable.
Engageable, right.
Yeah, and
but
it's not,
you know what we're saying.
No. Now I'm learning
they
are.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking,
their body doesn't operate the way their mind is telling them to.
Yeah. You're just saying, one's having an outburst, don't go and try and say hello.
Yes, because I've had my shirt ripped off my body. I've been scratched. I've had to duck and dive. I've had moments in my life. Trust.
And that's just at the school.
Yes, that's just at my school. That's just at home. And so now you're starting to learn through, you get halfway through these tapes. And what I can really tell everybody is it goes from you learning that there's somebody inside of that individual to now the universe, I'm going to call it the universe, has given them the biggest microphone in the people that have been studying this for the last few years and longer than that. There's people who've done some early studies of this. I would say, I think I listened to that young guy and the doctor talk about in the 1800s. There was people that were, starting to think that this had a science behind it. And but didn't have the technology or the knowledge to really
to explore it worldwide to know that other people are doing it. All you have is what you think you might experience yourself.
Yes,
there was no media.
What somebody might have wrote, a story you could have read,
you wouldn't even have known.
Yes,
there's no way to catch them.
And so now, thanks to Kai, she has exposed this through this documentary and this podcast that she's got coming out. And these folks are literally going to be the spokespeople for this whole science and this whole human knowledge that we are about to endeavor upon.
It's exciting.
They are going to be our ambassadors to this world and to this realm of communication.
This could bring the whole world together.
It really could, bro.
It won't, but it could. It has
could,
the ability.
And I'm
a
pessimist like you that I don't think it will because humans. I don't know.
No way.
Selfish motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, and this is gonna sound shitty saying this, but it's like almost like being able to find out that we can communicate with intelligent animals, like learning that we could speak to a whale or a dolphin or an octopus or something. I mean, and not to say that humans, like that handicapped people are animals. That's not what I'm saying. Did I tell you about the elephant? It's not what I'm saying, but
did I tell you about the elephant? No, he didn't tell me about
the fucking elephant. But it's on the same fucking level, dude. Being able to communicate with something we've never communicated with.
Bro.
Something, sorry, I said that, but that's what it is.
Have you ever had a dog?
Level. Yeah, I had a dog.
Did you have a dog when you and Jill were together?
No.
Okay. Did you have a dog that the dog liked you and liked somebody else in your house just as much or more?
Yeah.
Did you ever wonder how the dog knew somebody was coming home?
Before they
when
were
their
home?
Car didn't even fucking pull up to the house yet?
Yeah, there's dogs that are I swear there's dogs that are humans. There's dogs that speak English.
There is
my
a
wife's
communication.
cousin's dog speaks fucking English, dude.
Okay?
Yeah.
The dog is on the hill.
Right.
The dog is on the hill.
Because not all dogs are like that. Not all animal. Whatever animal you got. No, they're not all like that.
They're not all like that. It creates... I don't know what the mechanism is. Yeah. But I know that my dog, okay, Axel...
Yeah.
Would go... We're all chilling. He goes and he sits right by the side door. And within 3 minutes, Kai pulls up. Within 3 minutes,
and it's not like Kai pulls up, your son pulls up at the same time every day.
No, different times, all the time.
How does he know?
The dog knew.
Because it's his dog.
It's his dog.
For those that don't know, for the
Slept
7 people that don't know Kai and Axel.
Everything.
Yeah.
Now, we have a connection to him. My wife has a strong connection with the dog, too.
But it's Kai's dog.
And then you would pay attention. When Kai went to college, the dog would go to the door. And the next thing, because I work during the day a lot at my house, and right at about, she would come home in between 11 and 12:30, depending on what she had to do. But no matter when she was coming home, within 3 minutes, the dog would go sit right at the side door and wait for him.
For who?
Dominica.
Axel. Switched out. Axel
switched out. Once Kai went to college, she was his guy.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy, bro, that we all experience this in some form or another with our pets. Now let me tell you about this guy. This guy is a philanthropist, has a big, huge reserve in Africa. The poachers are coming and killing all of the elephants in this particular region. And they're killing them for their tusks.
Yeah.
And they're murdering them, just leaving them bodies in the wind. So this guy buys a huge chunk of land. He makes it a reserve. Every time the conservationists go to try to herd the elephants to move them to the other land or to get them gathered up to transport them, the elephants go wild. They start stomping them. They won't let anybody come near them. Nobody can come near them. There's too many of them. The poachers keep encroaching. This guy, this philanthropist, goes out and he lives with the elephants. I don't remember how long, 6 months, a year, whatever it was. He went out. He almost got killed a couple times. He almost got trampled by getting too close in the beginning. The elephants finally learned to trust the guy. The guy gets them after all this time of getting them to trust him. He gets them to follow him in his car or however he did it. I don't remember how. There's a documentary about it. Mm-hmm. We can look it up. I haven't looked it up yet. This is somebody describing the story. The elephants come. He gets them to come to his reserve. He has thousands and thousands of acres that they're able to roam on. He goes out. Once they're in his reserve, they're just out. He doesn't rarely see them unless he goes out to go find them. Mm-hmm. But they're now safe. They're on his preserve. They're there. They have a relationship. They built this trust.
Wow.
He dies. He's sick and he's about to die and he's on his deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
All of the elephants from the preserve show up at his house.
Out of nowhere, like come from the distance.
Come from everywhere to his house.
It's not like he sees them often and they could tell like a dog would know because he lives with you. These elephants are out.
Out.
And he just stopped being around and they knew.
Come to his house. He dies. The elephants mourn when
Yeah,
he
because
dies.
elephants mourn when they lose their young and stuff. You can see.
They all disperse. They all go off. Every year, the elephants come back on that day
What?
to his house to memorialize the guy.
What, dude?
Every year they come back to his house.
On. This is crazy talk.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
I don't know how they do it.
So there's some kind
There's
of connections
something.
with animals and humans and
the hill.
another thing that we don't understand. So this goes on, and now that starts to get introduced in her podcast.
She starts talking about the animal thing.
Starts
too.
talking about the animals
because it's the same.
about her dad was a skeptic about all of this, but her dad watched the documentary on this elephants and this guy, and that moved her dad to think that there could be something beyond the materialistic, because her dad was very materialistic, very scientific driven,
Materialist
materialist studies. So like if you can't see, touch, or
Right,
prove it,
right,
it doesn't exist.
Right. That's what science is.
Yes. And that's they call that type of, that's
Yeah,
what our
material.
science, yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
material
Basically,
science.
that's its description.
Yeah.
And this will, I forget, they have a name for this now, but they're going to call it supernatural or other in the ether, or whatever we're going to call it for now, for this podcast. But now you have these kids who are communicating on this place called the Hill. There's somebody or people, multiples, that are teaching them on the Hill.
Right.
Every description is pure and good and honest and like,
It's got to say something.
dude, it does have to
It has
say
to
something.
dude.
It has to
And
say
we've talked
something.
about in another show with synchronicities and how I feel like I can read different things and things, or I can feel different things happening, or I can guess something's going to happen, or
You
I
need
have
to start
connections.
listening to those more.
But it's only when I'm in tune and I'm the challenges in life are at bay, right?
Yes.
And I'm able to be calm and to absorb, and that's when
so
those
maybe you need
things,
to make that your life.
Yeah, well, right. We're making changes on challenges
Yes.
instead of stresses.
Yes.
Right?
Challenge.
And
It's a challenge.
so I'd like to make sure that I'm in tune and mellowed and not thinking about other things. Next time I see my niece, I'm going to try this and try and just and get in there.
Yes.
And
Good.
and the whole time.
I encourage you, and,
Yeah.
and I encourage you to ask her mom and
Yeah,
dad
I will.
if they have thought about spell. Does she have mobility, like any motor skills?
No, she was one of the ones that we actually looked at. My sister-in-law was going to have her go to the school, but I think there was some reason that she ended up not. She's at a different school. But
Okay, but does she?
No, she can shuffle around. She can't feed herself or hear, or she's almost blind. She has really big glasses, and she can't talk, and she can't really. She expresses emotion is about as all she can do, and she puts her hand up for a 5 while she'll grab you or pull your hair and
Perfect. That's all we need.
communicates. Yeah,
That's
she
all
does
we need. That's
communicate.
what I wanted to know.
She communicates through her emotions, through her things with her hands. She does have motor skills, but not like.
That's
right.
all I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Yeah.
So here's my encouragement. That you go home, and sometime over the next few days, you watch the Spellers documentary. It's no mental. There's no telecommunication. I mean, telepathy in it. It's just strictly learning that there's somebody inside there
Yeah.
and what it took to get to that point.
Yeah.
And I encourage you to forward that, text that to them,
Yeah.
email it to them, however, and let them watch that Spellers.
Yeah.
And then from that point, I would almost guarantee you, bro, there's somebody in there.
Oh, for sure. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, we're not saying that there isn't some kind of interactions that we
saying
know
she
there's someone
probably
there,
has
but she
deep
has a
thoughts
lot
that
to
she
tell.
would love to articulate
yes,
to
that's
you.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, I think
How
that's in
dope
there
would
for
that be?
sure. That would be amazing.
She'll
for
go,
for
remember,
all of
Josh,
us."
when we were at Christmas and you did that? That was so damn funny.
Yeah, right.
And you'll go, God, I didn't even know you were unrecognized.
Remember when Grandma got mad at you? And Yep, I remember.
Could you imagine having a conversation with her? Dude?
I would want her parents to have that with her.
You would
For
want everybody
sure.
to have that.
I
Yes,
know
but her
that she
parents
wants
first
that.
and
Her
foremost.
parents, most of all, not because they might be listening at some point, and I want them to know that that's for them. But that would be exciting for me.
Right?
Yeah. Even if I could, and I'm nobody, if I could help conduit that would
Yes.
be cool. But even just present and let them
Yes.
experience that for themselves
Yes.
and try to figure out if they can have some of that experience.
If they can put some
with her.
effort into it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I know that they'd be interesting. I know they'll be willing to hear me.
It'll be a
for
good
sure.
challenge.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well,
So anyway, that's that.
Yeah,
Now,
that was
moving
that.
on. So I'm into this, bro, and I'm listening, and I now the next thing comes up, and now a teacher who works with the students starts thinking that the student is communicating with her, but she's not sure. Starts coming to school, and she's now teaching the student how to spell and how to be a speller, and she's coming to school and she's communicating, and the student is telling her about something she did last night, and she's like, I haven't mentioned anything about what I did. How did you know that? Oh, well, I saw you. No. What do you mean you saw? So then they had to have a whole conversation about now he has to be mindful of when he goes and talks to her, and he can only talk to her at school, and he can't go out
because she wants her privacy.
She wants her privacy and get in her mind about what she's doing
has
outside
boundaries.
of work. She has boundaries,
Listen,
dude.
you bastard.
Yeah.
You better stop.
So there's that much, yes, communication and understanding, and that much interaction going on now where there never was before.
That's really cool.
So now teachers are getting this, not just parents. Teachers are getting this. Some random novelist from another state is getting this communication in. And now it moves into there are people like you and I who have the ability to go to the hill. And we would think of them as crackpots or seancers or mediums. There are a lot of charlatans out there.
Yes.
That have been proven charlatans, that have just been in for the dollar. But there are real ones too, bro. And now in season 2, Kai is starting to interview some of these people.
She's got some real ones?
Real ones. And there's an organization that's out of New York that is like a sanctioning body whether somebody is a real medium or they're just a charlatan. And they put them through...
Certifiers?
Yes, certifiers. Tests and a multitude of tests and different things. And so now they're like certifying these people as real mediums and real people that can go and talk to somebody from this realm. But now it goes over to who are those people that are teaching these kids?
Yeah.
And some of these kids start to describe somebody who has died and that they're communicating with them.
So we have each kid has its own description, have their own description of the hill.
Of people,
because some were described as 10-foot tall beings or angels or whatever, and some are people who have passed. Some are just...
They're different entities.
Yeah,
they're not describing. They're describing different people.
So each one is... They're all there.
They're all there. Now they're speaking with people that have died.
Where is this place that they're going? This is crazy.
It is... We're going to call it the ether. The ether is what we're going to... That's what we're going to label
That's
it.
right.
The ether. Okay? In the ether, there is an existence that we mentally have the ability to go to and to communicate with nonverbal speaking people. Supposedly, these helpers or these 10-foot tall... They describe them as angels or teachers. And your family members, bro.
Passed. That's insane.
That have passed. And we're talking, bro, about your grandfather. He could have you could have something that was been bothering you that you're not sure about. And he knows that you're thinking about it because once you put it out in a positive light, he has the ability to pick it up.
He's getting it, yeah.
And through somebody, one of these spellers or through one of these people who are certified mediums, he will straight have the ability to communicate to you, Josh, and say, Josh, You don't have to stress that, bro. This is what's going on, or whatever. And so far, it's been simple things like, I'm good. Don't worry. Like somebody was worried about their grandfather when he died, when he passed.
Yeah.
And this medium said, just talked about, like, described the grandfather was in the military. Well, you could say a lot of guys were in the military that were grandfathers, because we had World War II and then we had Vietnam. So you could use those things. Well, not just that was in the military, but like details about his life to make sure that
you knew that it was true.
They knew that it was him.
Yeah.
And he wanted them to know that, don't worry, he's in a good place and he's extremely happy. So then we're talking, the mediums are saying this. Well, now you go back to the non-speaking autistic kids. One girl couldn't shut off people wanting to communicate through her. Whether it was another non-speaker who wanted her to tell that her parents or her school that she was in there and that she could communicate, and that she wanted them to teach her how to be a speller. Well, the girl didn't know where she was. And the girl kept bugging her and bugging her and bugging her. Well, then she would also get messages from people who had passed away who wanted her to communicate through her speller.
Else. Yeah.
That they need her to give them a message from them.
It's like in those movies, just never-ending horror movie, like just constant badgering.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And this little girl couldn't deal with it. So they brought in the medium girl, the medium that they had certified, that they know she can actually has these abilities, to go help her. And she went in and helped the little girl tell them that they got to have boundaries, that they can't. Well, the little girl was, what'd she say in this one? The little girl that kept wanting her to tell the parents that she could learn to be a speller, because she wanted to let them know that she was in here. They could never figure out the location of where the little girl
right,
is.
because she couldn't articulate the location. She hadn't learned that, or
yes.
knew the city
I don't
or
know.
country she was in.
I don't exactly know how that breaks down. Maybe that comes out later on. It's just the beginning of that story being told in episode 3 of the 2nd season. And but when she couldn't figure it out, she went in, and through her communicating with her in her space, she got them to somehow set boundaries. Oh, because the little girl was being so receptive of it all. The little girl wouldn't. She kept wanting to help them so much.
Oh, that's why the door was open.
That's why the signals were coming to her.
She was too good.
So she told the little girl that the little girl could say no.
Okay.
And when
taught
she,
her the boundary.
Yes, there's a boundary that you can say no.
No, yeah.
And that they will have to respect it. Well, she didn't want to say no because she wanted to help them.
Good. That's how she got there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so now that has now had a conversation in the ether from a verbal person who didn't know her, who went to help this little girl, because of these people are now all communicating in the circles. As they go out and expand, they're finding people that can help somebody else through Kai's investigation of all of this. And they brought this girl over to help this little girl, and now this little girl is doing so much better because she shut it off. She's told them no, and she'll allow them to come in at certain times and do some things that, but they're wanting her to, like, here's their address. Go to this address, call this person.
She could help like that.
Yes,
right?
and literally the parent has helped some people with that through her daughter. But could imagine the parent going, how is this my daughter's responsibility?
Yeah, well, I hear that.
And the
But
parent
also,
wanting
it's
to
so
help
amazing.
the people that are on. Yes.
It's such a, I can't put it into words what it is. That's how,
dude, that's
can.
why I'm
This is
so
new,
deep down
so
this rabbit hole right
insane.
now. And as it starts to go from the autistic communication inside the hill to now dead people, you kind of like go, yeah, I smell some bullshit. Like when you first start hearing it. I smell bullshit.
Yeah.
Dominica even told me. She goes, yeah, you got to episode 7.
Well, it's a progression. I feel like the hill is what they described as what it's what they know. It's how they know how to articulate the place that they call it. But maybe it's not a hill like what we think it is, and maybe it is this ether, this place, and it is just. I can't put it into words. I haven't watched it, but I'm just so overwhelmed by how much you've given me.
Yes.
I think we should stop. Stop. Because we've talked about it a number of times, on camera, off camera. A lot of the story you told, I knew already. You had said them all, but we are so deep now into new stuff.
Yes.
That it's just like, just stop.
Okay.
Just
all right. We're gonna stop right now
because I think everybody needs to. You guys need to get into it.
Yeah, you guys got to get into it.
I need to catch up. Try and catch up to you.
Now I'm going to go learn how to be a communicator.
Yeah.
And on some of my downtime, I'm going to the school to personally do it, and hopefully, Dominica and my sister-in-law, because I haven't even talked with my sister-in-law about any of this yet.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 weeks now, and I've just been
going hard
on every time I see a new documentary or there's something else, I'm on it. And there's people that throughout history have described a place like this or communication in this area, but have been dismissed.
Right.
And it's been written down through the centuries, different writings, and so now I'm really intrigued. I know there's something to the communication part for sure of nonverbal communication. And now I've got to be a little bit more convinced about speaking with the dead personally, but I'm open to the concept now.
I've always been open. I like it. I like the idea of it. Even the ones that string you along and it could be fake, but they're nailing stuff. I still enjoy that experience because even if it's not real, if it feels real and that there's a connection, then that's what that is. And that's what a lot of what religion is based on. It's all faith-based, right? So it's something you get from it in the way it makes you feel, that makes you believe. So even if someone's bullshitting me and they're getting lucky, but I'm getting that feeling and that I've made a connection and that I've been able to interact, then that's what matters the most,
Yeah.
And so I love that part of it. That's why I think it's really cool and intriguing to me and willing to look into it.
Dude, I'm 55 years old. I'm going to be real quick with this before we roll out. My grandfather died when I was in middle school. I was in the 8th grade. My grandfather was the rock of my family. My grandfather was
It's your mom's dad?
my mom's dad had 18 brothers and sisters.
Jesus.
Grew up
You know what year he was born?
I don't know the year he was born.
Before 1900? Because you're older than me, and mine was born in 27.
He was born he was in the Korean War, and so through the 40s he was in his 20s.
Okay.
So
similar age to my grandfather.
Yeah.
In the 20s. Born in the 20s.
Yep, right in there. And he was like a man's man, open the door for women, never cuss in front of women. Dirty jokes got to be told in the garage. Don't cuss around kids. Shake somebody's hand, look them in the eye. He was that kind of pushing to be a good person, but also you fuck around, you're going to get it.
Right.
Period. He would square up in a heartbeat and check you
shit.
and squab with you and do whatever. And, all that. But when he passed, it was a big chunk of our family, was devastated. All of his relatives from back east, everywhere, our family in California.
Young, out of nowhere, or was he
No,
older?
he was in his mid-60s. He died of an aneurysm.
That's young.
Yeah. And he just had an aneurysm and couldn't recover from it and passed. And but I remember I was having a tough time dealing with it, bro. Like really tough. And
How old were you? In your 20s?
I was in the 8th grade.
Oh.
I was in the 8th grade when he passed. My
my
brother
bad.
came and got me out of school, and I knew when he got me out of school, something was up. And then he told me, we're going to the hospital. He's not doing good. So then he passed right there and all that. So it was rough. So I remember I was, having a tough time. It's a couple years later, and I'm having a tough time with it still. And I had this dream, bro. I remember it to this day in detail. I'm at the house that I'm living at that time. My grandfather comes and just gives me a big hug. And is like, I'm like, man, I missed you so goddamn much. You know, this, and I mean, I'm telling you, Josh, clear. Like
a
HD,
wake dream. Like an
a wake dream, dude.
Yeah.
And go through, I remember the emotions of, you know, feeling how I felt with him at that time.
Yeah.
Taken, I remember us going out, we walk down the street and we're just talking. And he's just telling me, yeah, man, everything, you know, it's good. You know, you don't have to worry, you know, I love you, no. And I woke up like emotionally shook, bro. Like now I'm a freshman or sophomore in high school, and I'm like shook about this. Like, God damn, I think I just talked to my grandfather.
That's
you know,
insane. Yeah.
And I've had dreams. You know, you've had crazy dreams.
Yeah.
And, I've had dreams of people chasing me with motorcycles and guns and jumping over buildings and everything else, falling out of shit,
eaten by sharks, whatever it is, a whale jump,
snakes, dude. I've had them all. Nothing in my life was ever that vivid, and you chalk it up as it's just a dream.
Yeah.
Because you don't know any better.
Oh, well,
but
they're dreams.
now after all of this, I reflect on that concept, on that one time, bro. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if that could have been him coming back and telling me that everything was going to be all right.
You had me in the right moment.
You know what I mean?
Giving out the right vibe.
But I would, and I think about it that dream comes to me from time to time. When we talk about my grandfather or something. Mm-hmm. I think about it, but I don't know if I've ever told anybody.
No shit.
I don't think I ever told my wife.
Told 12 people.
We're at 14 now. I don't think I've ever said that to anybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
And but that's just crazy to me now that this has brought that to light.
Yeah, man. Real full circles for sure. Probably, you know? Probably, dude. Could have just been a vivid dream that you were able, because sometimes I'm like half awake and I can manipulate my dream a little, you know, for the most part.
Yeah.
And then,
I punch, but it's still this fast.
Yeah, or
I can't never figure out why I can't speed up.
Why can't I? And why isn't he killing me at this point? I'm not doing shit. Why isn't he?
I'm blocking, but I still can't get anything off. And then I wake up and I got the blankets wrapped around me.
And I'm crying. Call my mom. All right, I'm gonna dive in. And we'll talk more again when we get up. But this is so much.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm
Please
excited
do.
for you.
Please do.
Yeah, so let's wrap that subject content.
Whew.
But we got some stickers.
Oh, hey.
We got some stickers.
We got some glow in the dark babies.
Yeah, so ask for your friends for those.
Yeah.
Get the camera on that. Yeah, show them again.
One more time.
It keeps switching to me.
Oh, there it is. The new sticker, baby.
Yep, glows in the dark. So ask for one and go stick it on a stop sign. Go put it on somewhere at the mall. I don't care. Put it everywhere.
And they're nice quality,
They are nice quality. They're
embossed.
Yeah, Sticker Bros. They make good stickers. They are embossed. I chose an embossed version. Sticker Bros is pretty cool. And so that's a sticker. I'm going to give those out.
Check us out at night.
Podcast by day, all night.
And tonight. Oh, shit.
All right, well, yeah, it's a good, nice, long one.
Yeah.
40 minutes, and thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for listening to my... Look, I'm even more thanks for listening. I hope you go out and just check it out. Yep. You got to get to the third episode because the first couple episodes are clinical. And
it's a lot of teaching.
It's teaching you about this whole
prepping
concept.
Your brain
By
to
the time
accept.
you get to the third episode and you start hearing and you don't see,
hearing it, yeah.
But there's a small clip. They have like a 2-minute excerpt that they put out, like a small clip with some of these kids, and so you see it. Okay. They actually you see the kids seeing the numbers, so you get to see that small clip. Cool. But that's a teaser of her documentary that she's got coming out.
All right, Spellers, Telepathy Tapes.
Spellers.
We'll get on it. We're going to practice ourselves with some special needs people in our lives. Hopefully that.
I'm excited,
get
dude.
Some results. That'd be cool.
Even if not, I'm down to try.
I'll try forever now.
But I am super encouraged that we're going to find success.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. All right. Well,
hey,
thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Tell us where we're wrong.
And not only that, like and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
I'ma talk shit in the world gone stupid.
A bullshit? A bullshit.